Hi, my name is Alessandro, and I'm a patient of the Family Network Care Center. Originally, I was brought here by my mom because my brother got a concussion a year and a bit ago, and they were trying to fix his concussion. So he was coming for a bit, and that's when we kind of realized maybe it would be smart for me to come. Just a bit over 3 years ago, I got hit in the side of the head right here by a soccer ball. It knocked my jaw out of place and it gave me a really bad concussion. Concussion I haven't really healed from. I did a lot of things to fix it. I went and I did something called hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which helped a bit with my memory. I did a lot of dietary stuff, but what I found was, you get better in a lot of ways, but then some things still stay. So I decided I'm now here. I've been coming here 3 times a week and now over 2 times a week. And one of the really interesting things that I'd like to share is what happened with my jaw. So when I got hit with the ball, it hit half here, just completely knocked my jaw out of alignment. And I was in a soccer tournament, it was down in Bermuda, and the trainers tried to fix my jaw on the spot, and it did not work. Basically, my lunch and dinner that night was Wonder Bread, the inside part of Wonder Bread that I had to melt in my mouth, kind of, and eat like that. But that's when the concussion symptoms started happening, and it got really bad, and I spent 3.5 weeks in a dark room in my house, and that's when we kind of forgot about my jaw. The concussion was a lot more important, you would say, because it's, your brain. But I basically had jaw pain for 3 years. I felt it when I was eating, and it got to the point where it was kind of normal, and I didn't even mention it to Marco here until we were discussing, what else, and I'm on the table and I'm mentioning, well, yeah, I've had jaw pain for 3 years, and he goes, well, why wouldn't you mention that? And basically that time he put me on the table and he did some terrifyingly loud crack in my jaw. I thought he broke it, and I've now finally been able to move my jaw perfectly, no clicks, pain-free. And that actually had an effect on my concussion. One of my concussion symptoms was I've had basically chronic nightmares for 3 years. It'd be 5 or 6 nights a week, and it would just always end up in me just being very real and me waking up being like, am I in it or not? And those have actually improved directly that night from getting my jaw fixed. He's explaining that the jaw doesn't go through the nervous system to go up to send signals to your brain. It's directly to the brain, and the information that I was feeding was wrong because my jaw was out of place. So I had a lot of nightmares, and now the nightmares are, I'll get them 2 times a week or so, but most of the time they're less violent than they were, and it's a lot more calm. The other thing, on a different note, is I'm also a cyclist. I do a lot of cycling, and I train a lot for cycling. And it's also, in fact, affected my performance by, in a sense, I'll give you one example, balance. In cycling, there's something called a track stop, where you stop the bike completely and you keep your feet in. So you don't put one foot on the ground. You stay balanced, you keep your feet in, and without falling over. And I was never able to do it. The second I did that, I'd fall. I'd stop, and I couldn't balance, and I'd fall. Stop, fall. I stopped even trying, and then I think it was a week ago, I found myself, there's a car stopped abruptly in front, and I stopped my bike, and I stayed up. I was very surprised that I stayed up and ended up falling, but then after I practiced, and I was able to actually stop and stay balanced. And being able to stay balanced, I think, had an effect from recently after, actually, I had my an update done with where we do the tests that I did at the beginning, and we redid them, and my balance was way better, and I think it was directly correlated to how my balance is fixed from being here. And then the last thing that it's affected is I had back issues from a lot of back injuries that have been gathering up over the year. So when training for cycling, you have to do high weight squats. I couldn't do high weight squats. I was only doing, I was going up to 225 pounds because anything over that my back would hurt. Now that max one is 300 pounds, I still get some pain in my back, but I've never been able to go up to 300 pounds without getting like a clean squat with my back. and I don't even need the back. I used to have to wear the belt, and I don't even need that anymore for that weight. So these are just a couple ways that Marco's improved my life and my cycling performance.